Today let us uncover some facts of the leaders of the Third Reich. Hermann Wilhelm Göring was a German politician, military leader, and convicted war criminal. He was one of the most powerful figures in the Nazi Party, which ruled Germany from 1933 to 1945. Göring joined the Nazi Party in 1922 after hearing a speech by Adolf Hitler. In 1923, Göring took part in the Beer Hall Putsch, the Nazi Party's failed grab for power in Munich. He was seriously wounded and fled to Austria, Italy and then Sweden, where he was admitted to a mental hospital and then an asylum, where he became a morphine addict. When general amnesty for the putsch was declared in 1927, Göring returned to Germany, where he used his contacts with big business and army officers to smooth Hitler's road to power, and eventually found his way into the inner circles of Nazi power. The International Military Tribunal charged Göring on all 4 counts, including crimes against humanity. He was convicted and sentenced to death, but the eve of his scheduled execution, he committed suicide in his prison cell like the coward he was. Paul Hauser was a German general who is considered to be the most capable high-ranking commander in the Waffen-SS. He was an officer in the Prussian army during World War I and rose up to the rank of General Lieutenant in the interwar German army, Reichswehr, during World War II. He commanded the 2nd SS Division Das Reich and later the SS Panzerkorps, and participated in most major battles, including the invasion of Poland, Battle of France, Third Battle of Kharkov, and the Battle of Kursk. He was severely wounded in early 1943, which led to him losing an eye. After the war, as the spokesperson of HIAG, he lobbied heavily to establish the revisionist propaganda that aimed to achieve historical and legal rehabilitation for the Waffen-SS veterans. In May 1939, Wilhelm Bittrich was posted to the headquarters unit of the Leibstandarte SS and was promoted to Standartenfer in June 1939. Between August 1942 and February 1943, Bittrich commanded the SS Cavalry Division Florian-Geyer in rear security operations in the Soviet Union. At the request of the British Divisional Medical Officer, Wilhelm Bittrich authorized a 3-hour ceasefire on September 24, 1944, to evacuate more than 2,000 wounded British from the encirclement and place them in the infirmary of his divisions. In 1953, after 8 years in prison, Bittrich was acquitted of war crimes by a French court. He was accused of ordering the execution of 17 French citizens. During the trial, it emerged that Bittrich had never issued such an order. He had even taken disciplinary action against the soldiers who carried out the execution. Wilhelm Bittrich was put on trial for a second time in 1953 and sentenced to 5 years in prison for tolerating hangings, pillage and arson, and was released the same year. Gottlob Christian Berger volunteered for army service at the beginning of World War I and rose to the rank of first lieutenant in the infantry. By the time of his discharge in 1919, he had received serious head wounds by a hand grenade. In June 1918, he was decorated with the Iron Cross. Known as the father of the SS, he was a senior German Nazi official who held the rank of SS Obergruppenführer and General der Waffen-SS, and was the chief of the SS main office, responsible for Schutzstaffel recruiting during World War II. He was convicted in the Nuremberg trials for his role in the murder of European Jews and sentenced to 25 years in prison. But after only 6 years, he was released in 1951. Adolf Hitler is one of the most infamous individuals in world history. This Austrian-born German politician's actions had a significant impact on the world, but it was not a positive one. Throughout his youth, Adolf Hitler dreamed of becoming an artist. He applied in 1907 and again the following year to the Vienna Academy of Arts, but was denied admission both times. At the end of 1908, his mother, Clara Hitler, died of breast cancer. Adolf spent the next 4 years living on the streets of Vienna, selling postcards of his artwork to survive. Hitler sustained some major injuries during World War I. The first occurred at the Battle of the Somme in October 1916, when he was wounded by shrapnel. 2 years later, on October 13, 1918, a British mustard gas attack caused Hitler to go temporarily blind. He spent the remainder of the war recuperating from his injuries. Hitler was the fourth of 6 children. 3 of his siblings died in infancy. His parents were second cousins, and his father's last name was originally Schicklgruber. For many years, there was a rumor that Hitler had a Jewish grandfather. There were around 40 recorded assassination plots against him, none of which prevailed, as he committed suicide on the 30th of April 1945. If you enjoyed this video, please support my channel by giving it a like. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed.